Hello Raider Nation, and welcome back to the Raiders Network. Today we're going to be talking about why I think it was a terrible idea for the Raiders to cut Jordy Nelson. So as most of you may be aware, last year we signed Jordy to a $14 million 2-year deal. And for cutting him, we only saved $3.5 million towards the cap. The problem with this is that we have already paid him a $3.6 million roster bonus, and he leaves us with $1.6 in dead money. So let me tell you why I value Jordy well over what we would have paid him to stay as a Raider. Let's get the basics out of the way. With one season with the Raiders, Jordy Nelson was still able to put up 63 catches for 739 yards, and everyone knows that we had a pretty rough season last year. So I would assume that it's safe to say that Jordy definitely still has some juice left in the tank. But that's not where Jordy's value comes from. His value comes as an elite veteran. All last year, all you heard was great things coming out of the locker room about Jordy. He's the type of player that takes players under their wing and teaches them everything he knows. Here's a video last year that the Raiders released with Derek Carr and Coach Gruden talking about Jordy and his locker room value.
He's been a playmaker on the field. He's been a consistent, reliable target at a couple positions, and he's been a real good influence behind the scenes. We've been really happy with his addition to this team.
He helps the receiver room raise their level. Whether you're the second guy, third guy, or you're just trying to make the team, he raises the level for all those guys, not only with the way that he practices and works out and the way he takes care of his body and those things, but the way he goes after it mentally. He wants to think like the quarterback. If we throw a ball, we're always communicating. We'll say, hey, if they play it this way, I'd like it like this. Just the way he communicates, it rubs off on those young guys too.
And this is why I believe Jordy Nelson should not have been cut. He is an elite, veteran, locker room guy who is willing to take players under his wing and teach them not only how to be a productive football player, but how to be a true professional in the NFL. With us already paying him that $3.6 million bonus, which is pretty much half of what we owe him, on top of that $1.6 in dead money we have, I think Jordy Nelson should have stayed with the Raiders. But I want to know what the nation thinks, so comment down below. Should we have cut Jordy, or should we have kept him with the Raiders? If you want to stay up to date with everything Raiders, make sure you subscribe to the Raiders Network. Go Raiders!